Dick Van Dyke Show. Starring Dick Van Dyke, Rosemary, Maury Amsterdam, Larry Matthews, and Mary Tyler Moore.
Oh, boy. This is going to be a productive day. I can just feel it.
Yeah, Buddy's right. Hey, come on, fellas. What do you say we get to work? I got a very important if date.
An if date?
Yeah, if he shows up and if he asks me, I got a date. Come on, now, let's get to work now. Come on, will you please? How about a husband and wife sketch? We haven't done one in a long time.
I have nothing against those, but this time I'd like one based on the truth. I don't want any more of those sketches about Alan waking up in the morning and finding a St. Bernard in his bed.
That's the truth. That happened to me.
Buddy, you never had a St. Bernard in your bed.
Oh, did you ever see my wife in the morning? Keep yelling at her. Take off that ridiculous cask of brandy.
Hi, Marge. Mrs. Billings, what's she doing down here?
Who's Mrs. Billings?
She wants me to direct the Parents' Council show again this year, and I've been ducking her for weeks. What'll I do with her?
Well, don't look at me. I'm not a parent or a counsel.
Hey, Marge, tell her anything, but get rid of her, will you? I just don't want to talk to them. Hello, Mrs. Billings.
Oh, Mr. Petrie, Mr. Petrie.
What?
I apologize from the bottom of my heart.
Well, apologize for what?
For what they're doing to you. Oh, I know you must be a very busy man, and I really shouldn't come barging in like this, but I wanted you to hear it from me personally.
What is it, Mrs. Billings?
Well, you know that every year you've been directing our community show, and you've done such a superb job. Well, this year, without even consulting me, one of the other ladies on the committee gave the job to somebody else.
Why, I think that's terrible.
Oh, I knew you'd feel that way. Believe me, I'd have given anything to have spared you this humiliation.
Well, Mrs. Billings, all of us need a little emotional rubbish from time to time. It's all muddled through somehow.
Oh, you're so wonderful to take it that way. Goodbye, Mr. Petrie. Goodbye, whoever you are.
I hate to bother you in this moment of sorrow.
Oh, I am so happy not to be doing that show.
Why? Gee, it sounds like fun directing one of those community shows. You know, fix those lights, pull that curtain. Have that good-looking girl go to my office.
I don't mind directing. I don't mind producing. I don't mind performing. I don't mind they use my furniture for the sets every year. What I hate are those auditions.
Well, what's wrong with auditions? You might find another Monroe Diefendorf.
I never heard of Monroe Diefendorf.
See, if you find one, you'll have one.
If I could just find one little bit of talent in that neighborhood besides Laura. She's the only professional in the whole group, and each year she ends up with the lead.
So what's the problem?
Everyone else's wife. They all think they have talent, and they think I'm playing favorites.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Hey, this year, just for a change, why don't you have Laura not play the lead?
Sure, then you can sleep in the garage.
Oh, boy, this is the first time in 3 whole years that I am free.
Mr. Petrie! They cannot do this to you.
Now, who can do what, Miss Billings?
Having somebody else direct, indeed. How ungrateful can they be?
Oh, they're not.
Well, I'm not going to let them get away with it.
Oh, let them. I'll get even some other way.
No. I will assume all the responsibility. Robert Petrie, you are our director.
No, I'm not. It's unfair.
No, some way, somehow, I will get rid of that other man.
Oh, you can't do that to him. He's a director. He has feelings.
Oh, he's not a director. He's a dry cleaner.
Mrs. Billings, even dry cleaners have feelings.
Well, that's show business. Robert Petrie, you will be directing our shows as long as there's a New Rochelle. Oh, I can't wait to just fly home and spread the good news. She did it again.
Hello, darling.
Sure. How did you know I had spaghetti for lunch?
Julie, look, I can put a steak on if you'd rather.
That's all right.
No,
matter, dear? You seem a little out of sorts.
I may be out of sorts, but I am in the show.
The show?
Yep. The Flying Phantom, Mrs. Billings. She caught me today.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You're looking at the director of the annual Follies and Fun Rating Fiasco. I don't know how that woman finds me. I'm working in an unlisted building. The nerve of her walking right into my office.
Did she do that?
Yeah.
Hi, Mrs. Petrie.
Oh.
Here, I got the ginger ale
Ready?
and the cola and the soda and extra ice cubes.
What's on that?
Yeah,
fine.
and I got the corn curlies and the kasha crispies and the barley BBs. But you know something? We were all out of the potato poopies.
Oh, well, that's absolutely all right.
What's going on
Here
here?
you are, Freddie. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Petrie. What time should we be here tonight for the auditions?
Auditions
Yeah,
tonight?
because I do an imitation, you know, of Al Jolson. I imitate them all.
Why don't we save it for
I do
tonight?
Regis Toomey, Amos and Annie, and I do Lum and Abner.
Freddie, we can do
Yeah. Okay. The happiness, boys. Yeah. Oh boy, tonight.
Say, guess who I ran into today?
You launched the Flying Phantom. You sent her down to my office, didn't you?
What? Darling, she asked me where you work. Now, I couldn't very well lie to her. I mean, I had to give her the address.
You didn't have to tell her what city.
Oh, Rob.
You even arranged for auditions tonight.
Well, darling, I know how you hate to be bothered with details.
Honey, how could you do that? You know I hate to do that show.
Robert Petrie, you love directing those shows, and you know it. I only did it for you.
You only did it for me. You, of course, weren't planning on being in the show yourself.
Well, I might do a little something.
I might do a little something. Maybe like a star in a show, huh?
If the director thinks that I'm good
That I'm
enough.
good enough, yeah.
Oh, Rob, look, these shows are fun, and who knows, maybe it won't be so hard this year.
Well, no thanks to you. Buddy and Sally have volunteered to help me out this year.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Don't go overboard. They've written a whole show as a musical comedy called The Gold Rush Girl.
They wrote a whole musical comedy especially for us?
No, especially for Alan Brady. They wrote it 3 years ago. Every year they try to peddle it to Alan. He rejects it.
Oh, well, of course, if it's no good.
Well, it isn't good, all right. It's just that Alan always likes to be the main one, and the lead in this is a girl.
A girl? It's the Gold Rush girl? In the 1840s with a period costume? Do you remember that costume I wore in the show 3 years ago? The Annie Oakley costume I could wear that... I gave it to Millie. I better call her and see if she still has it. Rob, it's fun. If you think I'm the best one.
Boy. All right. I guess you all know why we're here, our annual fundraising show. And I am, once again, your director. And thank you. As such, I'm going to be looking forward to your hatred in the coming months.
Right.
This year, we're going to do something a little bit different. Our good friends here, Buddy Sorrell and Sally Rogers, have written a book show for us, kind of a musical play. Well, I'm going to let them tell you about it. So, Buddy and Sally, could we hear a rundown on the play now?
Why, sure. Why not? It's probably the most rundown play you'll ever hear.
Now, the name of the story is The Gold Rush Girl, right? And the time is 1849.
Cut down from 2150.
Actually, it's a story of a young girl who falls in love with a medicine man.
Yeah, but she can only see him after meals and before bedtime.
Now, she joins this traveling medicine show going to California.
Yeah, and they're selling a very popular drink called Old Factory Whistle. One blast, you're through for the day.
That's not in the show.
Well, they laughed.
All right, so it's in the show.
Well, you could call it Old Card Table. 2 drinks and your legs fold under you.
Are you gonna let me finish telling this story?
No. They might reject it, and I can't stand any more rejection. Why don't we just go on with the auditions? Give us a chance to reject them.
All right. Now, look, the 2 leads are the handsome medicine man and the very beautiful Gold Rush girl.
Oh, Mr. Petrie, you must play the handsome medicine man. And, of course, Laura will be the beautiful Gold Rush girl.
Well, that does it. Let's go home, honey.
No, Mrs. Billings. These are open auditions, and everyone should have a chance to try out. I mean, after all, I might not be right for it. It's up to the director to decide.
Swell. All right, folks, we have an awful lot of parts to fill here, so I think we better get started. And I guess we'll begin with you.
Mildred Helper, 146 Bonnie Meadow Road. I'd like to sing a sentimental love song. words and music by Mildred Helper.
146 Bonnie Meadow Road.
Wonderful.
You ready?
My heart got a smash in the face. That night I will never erase. You saw me standing neath the sun and the stars, and I was something to see. Then you took hold of my aching heart and kicked it right in the knee. My heart has a terrible scar. I'll get you for this wherever you are. But first I'll kill myself. I'm funny that way. But seriously, darling, you're okay.
That was just swell, Mill. I'll let you know, okay?
Well, when? Listen, if you don't call me, I'll call you, okay?
That was wonderful, huh? Really wonderful. Boy, that kind of talent's going to be tough to follow. What's Laura going to do?
I don't know, honey. You want to do something?
Oh, well, I hardly think Laura has to prove herself. And after all, the star of our show must preserve her talented tootsies.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Billings, but I'm not the star yet. It's up to my husband, the director.
Yes, my wife, the dancer, has to earn the job. Go ahead, honey.
Well, I'll do a dance, but I can't really do it here with the carpet. But I thought I'd wear a kind of a short Annie Oakley costume, and I'd start off standing on top of this big drum head, and I'll do a big leap off, right? And then I'll do a series of faute turns. So it'll be faute, 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 around here, and then a leap in the air, spin. And now this is the effective part where you turn and sell it with a look, right? Sell it with a look. Then you do a pirouette, tour jeté, and finish with a series of chaînés and a big finish. Like that. That's
A toast to the star of our show.
only if I'm worthy.
You see, folks, the bigger they are, the nicer they are.
All right, folks, let's get on. We have a lot of parts to fill, so we'll have to move it along this evening. Are there any other hands? Let's see hands now for anybody who wants to audition for the show. Come on, who's next? Mel, is your hand up? What did you want? You mean you wanted to do something?
Yes.
Well, I thought you were just going to help us with the production end.
Well, that too.
Well, what do you do, Mel?
Well, I fool around with ventriloquism.
What?
Ventriloquism.
Ventriloquism?
It's just sort of a hobby.
Oh, well, buddy, would there be a part for a ventriloquist in a show?
No, but there's a part for a dummy.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'll just need two props, a stool and a glass of water.
Oh, okay, Mel. Honey, would you get him a glass of water? We'll use this stool, all right. Okay, Mel, the floor is all yours.
Folks, I'd like you to meet my friend Dummy McGee. Hello, Dummy. Hello, Mr. Cooley. How are you? I'm fine. Now I'd like to show you a little trick. What's new with you, dummy? Well, Mr. Cooley, I'm in love. How could you be in love? You have no poise, no charm, no savoir-faire. On what you pay me, I could hardly get car fare. Now, dummy, I think you should sing your song. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care.
I think we probably... we get the general idea, I think.
Oh, well, thank you, Rob. Thank you, Rob. Well, what about it?
Well, it's... That's very funny, Mel. Of course, you realize your lips move a little bit.
Well, they're better than they used to be. What about it? Can we be in the show?
Well, Buddy, what do you think? Maybe in the medicine show?
Medicine show is perfect. When he gets through, everybody be sick.
I'll tell you what, Mel, we'll discuss it a little later. Okay, everybody. We got to move on here. Things are going a little slow. Anybody else now? Let's step right up.
Oh, pardon me. My name is Howard LeBose. I'm your new neighbor.
Oh, darling, I didn't introduce you. Mr. LeBost is the new English teacher at school. The children love your class.
Oh, thank you. This is my wife, Anita.
Oh, I see. What do you do, Howard?
Well, actually, I don't do anything. My wife has all the talent. I mean, she sings a little and dances a little. But she speaks very little English. She's from Mexico.
Oh, I see. Well, we're very happy to have you with us, Anita.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to audition?
¿Cómo?
Él dice, ¿tú quieres cantar ahorita?
Ay, no, gracias. Ella se puede bailar tan mejor que yo, no.
She said that your wife is just so good, she'd rather not even try.
Nonsense. This is a community affair, and everyone's going to audition and let the best girl win.
There, didn't I tell you the bigger they are, the nicer they are?
Please, Anita.
All right, Anita, you may go ahead and do your dance.
Cántales una canción, nena.
Okay.
Heavens above you all know that I love you. They rival your beauty, my darling. I wait to the day, dear, when I can hear you say, dear. Shoo-be-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-wow. Shoo-be-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-wow. Ay, 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 ay. Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran los cielitos lindos los corazones. Se alegran los cielitos lindos, los corazones. Shoo-be-doo-doo-doo-doo-wow. Shoo-be-doo-doo-doo-doo-wow. Ooh, all right.
Thank you and good night.
You're welcome.
Buenas noches.
Hasta luego. Turns like that. Let's see, and I'll do foot to foot. Turns like that, and a big turn, and look like that. This darn carpet can't dance on. Anyway, another big turn, a big finish it there, and then you land on your drum. Boom, 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 boom.
She was very good.
Who? Oh, yeah, Jessie. She had something.
Everyone just stood right up and cheered. She was marvelous.
Oh, honey, I think it was just their way of making a stranger from a foreign land feel welcome. Kind of part of our exchange applause system.
Rob, why don't you just come out and admit it? She was very, very good.
All right, she was fantastic. Well, you know, for what she does there.
What does that mean?
Well, honey, it just means that the whole thing is just a trick, that's all.
A trick?
Well, yeah, she fooled everybody, honey. You come out and sing great and dance great, people are gonna think you're talented. She didn't fool fool me, though. Not for 1 minute. I saw through it. You take away all that fabulous dancing, all that great singing, what is there left? Nothing but that haunting beauty.
All right, Rob. All right, finish the end. Now you're going to have to start facing the issue. You have a decision to make. You've got to decide whether Anita or I will be the Gold Rush girl.
That's just what I've been wanting to avoid. I told you I didn't want this job.
Look, Rob, you don't have to answer to anyone but your own conscience and integrity. Now, I do want this part, but not at the expense of your conscience and integrity.
Well, you've just been a great help to me. As I see it, I have two choices.
That's right.
Either you or separate maintenance.
Just do what you think is right.
What do you think is right?
Never mind what I think. What do you think? You're the director. You make the decisions. Now, who's it going to be?
There's only one thing for me to do.
You know what you're going to do?
Oh, yes.
What?
What? You don't want me to play favoritism, do you?
No. What are you going to do?
You'll find out when everybody else does when I post it on the bulletin board.
So then you're not going to tell me? You can't not tell me.
Okay, we're going to have a full dress rehearsal of the show now. Oh, listen, kids, you'll have to move back because we're going to use the whole living room all the way back to the window seats. That's it. Fine. Okay. Buddy, you all set for the orchestra?
All set, Jer.
Okay, we'll start. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The New Rochelle Parents Council proudly presents the Broadway Gold Rush Twins.
Why don't you join the group? It's better than being a party poop. Obrigado, pizzicato, Guy Lombardo. It's the craziest when you noodle with a doodling song. 2, 3, 4, like it so much, I'll doodle some more. Little softer, Perry Como, even softer, pianissimo. Say you love me with a doodling song. B, C, D, ooh, what you doodly do to me. Say you love me, really love me. Say you love me true. Say you love me, please believe me when you do. That makes two go together. Let your boodle like the apples in the strudel-doo. When you noodle with a doodling song, what you call a real ball. Doodle-doo, 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 doodle-doo. I love you, doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Here we go now, let your boodle like the apples in the strudel-doo. When we doodle with the doodling song all through, thank you.
Children, an absolute triumph.
Hey, I want to tell you something, Rob. I'm so choked up about that parents' council, I'm going out tomorrow and rent a kid.
Say, how do we do at the box office, anyway?
Well, I am very proud to announce that this was our greatest year.
Oh.
We only lost $75. Oh, Mr. Petrie, could I ask you a rather unusual favor?
What is it, Miss Billings?
Well, as a souvenir of this memorable occasion, could I have your autograph?
My autograph?
Go on, Rob, do it.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Oh, thank you.
My
Well, that does it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Petrie has just signed to do our show for next year.
She did it again.